Good afternoon. I haven't posted in a couple of days, but here's what's funny. Of course, the media never rests. Um, I saw in the news a couple of days ago that Katy Perry had marketed a designer shoe that she's pulling from the market. And she's pulling it from the market because this black sandal looking shoe that has a little mouth on the front band and a couple of eyes on the ankle band might be insensitive to people of color. Um, Enough is enough. At some point, we all have to agree that isms in general are bad. I think we also all agree that hate speech is not protected by the First Amendment by anyone, even if you're in the media. Um, but when we get to the point where a shoe, just a black sandal with a heel that has some red lips across the 4 foot band and a couple of blue eyes on the ankle band can somehow be construed to be racially offensive, we've officially gone too far. Um, Many of you that know me know that I'm a Jew. And to say that I'm a Jew, no, I don't practice the faith. I'm by blood Jewish. I actually did my genetics not too awful long ago. Turns out that I am, in fact, 55% Jewish. So I'm predominantly Jewish. My mother was a Jew. Her entire family were Jews. I bring that up because it seems salient to this discussion. As a Jew, I can safely say, and history certainly proves, there is quite literally no race that has been more sought for genocide, torture, enslavement, and mistreatment than the Jews. Actually, about 70 years ago, uh, a nation in the free world, a modern industrial nation, tried to completely eradicate all Jews from the planet. They killed, estimates are as much as 6 million Jews. They enslaved many, many others. That wasn't 200 years ago, or 400 years ago, or 1,000 years ago. That was World War II and Nazi Germany. You know, fascism. Fascism, like all isms, is an extreme point of view that really has no place in our society. Going back to my point, um, if we're going to say that this simple black shoe is somehow offensive to people of color, well, then being a Jew, I think we should all get rid of our ovens because, they used ovens to kill Jews. Um, and that's offensive to me as a Jew. Actually, all the industrial gases need to go away because it gassed a lot of Jews too. And I think we need to get rid of all the lampshades because they actually made lampshades out of Jewish people's skin in Nazi Germany. Um, oh, hell. You know what? I happen to have freckles. And because of that, I think any discussion of sunspots or age spots needs to be classified as hate speech because I take it personally. What about balding? You can probably tell from the video that I got a forehead you can land airplanes on. I don't like anything that has to do with bald jokes. You know what? Maybe we just shouldn't talk to each other at all. Or maybe we should come to this simple, unavoidable consensus that not everything is hate mongering. This shoe, it's just a shoe. And if you don't like the shoe, don't buy the shoe. Simple. Same thing. I'm all for free speech. If you don't like what's on TV, change the channel. Most of us have some form of cable or satellite television anymore, which means we have hundreds and hundreds of channels to choose from. If you don't like what somebody's saying or performing on whatever channel you're watching, just change it. And in today's world, you don't even have to get up to do it. Just hit the old remote. Um, The day a shoe becomes a racially charged tool to somehow harm someone is a really, really bad day. I don't know Katy Perry. I've never met Katy Perry. I don't suspect I ever will. I have no idea where she stands morally, ethically, religiously, spiritually, or otherwise. But I'm pretty confident that when she or whoever she hired to design this shoe never considered that they might be doing something that is racially provocative. Um, the shoe happens to be a black shoe with a couple of blue eyes and a little red mouth. Um, Personally, I think the shoe's ugly, but I don't have the problem with the shoe being on the market. Matter of fact, I really don't have a problem with most anything that's legally on the market because I, as a consumer, having a free will, can decide not to buy anything that I don't particularly like. I don't think it's racially charged. I think it's time to say enough is enough. I don't think that we need to continue to try to perpetuate the idea that anything that refers to the color black is somehow racially charged, and anything that refers to the color white is somehow white supremacist, and anything that has anything to do with your oven somehow says you support the slaughter of Jews in Nazi Germany. It's ridiculous, and I'm using a ridiculous example for that exact reason. I think enough is enough. I think it's time to stop associating racism, which is horrifically wrong, to pretty much everything that comes down the pike that someone doesn't like. My opinion is, kid wants to pray in school, let him. As long as he's not disruptive, why shouldn't he be able to pray? He has as much right to express his religious beliefs, whatever they may be, as another kid has to decide not to express theirs or their lack of religious belief. Whatever happened to freedom? Whatever happened to liberty in the pursuit of happiness? Whatever happened to live and let live? I'm not the person that said it first, but I am the person that certainly has repeated it. Most of us learned everything we need to know in kindergarten. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't steal. Don't lie. Don't harm others. That's all we really need to work with. If you're going to judge somebody, judge them on their character and their integrity, not on their skin color, their gender specificity, or their choice of gender identification. I don't see where any of that's any of my business. I'm a Jew because I was born a Jew. I didn't get a vote. I have no problem with people who may at some point decide they support or don't support ovens. I have an oven. I use my oven. Never once have I put anything in that oven and thought, so this is what they did to Jews. I never thought of that. It never occurred to me. I have black shoes. I also have white shoes. I also have brown shoes. I even have green shoes. I got some tennis shoes that are green. I got some tan shoes. None of them have anything to do with anybody's skin color. They're just shoes that I liked that went with what I wanted to wear. How about we get off our high horse? I think we're perpetuating racism by allowing people to equate a shoe to racism. Enough is enough. Well, I'm sure I'll have something else to rant about tomorrow or the next day, so stay tuned. Share this with everybody you want to, and more importantly, why don't you get on YouTube and speak your mind? The more people that speak their minds, the more likely we are to come to a consensus. Thanks for stopping by.